Hi Cancer, what's going on? We're here with the timeless reading for you. Welcome. So funny. The first card that we have out is the Chariot, actually. We have the Chariot. The second card that we have out is Three of Cups. The Chariot is Cancer's card, by the way. I'm seeing you figuring something out here. I'm also seeing Strength, which is Leo. I'm seeing High Priestess, which is the Moon. So we have Cancer, Leo, and the Moon here. Okay. Wow, how about that? I'm seeing the Tower, which is Mars. Now, having the Moon and Mars together can be a time that can feel like a bit rough emotionally. So there can be something going on where, like, okay, so Mars, archetypally speaking, is like war, and it's a very like direct approach to things. Like Mars rules stuff like weapons and sharp things, you know, that type of stuff. So when you think of that in sort of like a metaphysical way, next to, so Mars, like the planet of aggression and war, next to the Moon, which the Moon is like your etheric body, the Moon is your internal landscape, it's your emotional world, like the things where you need to be very sensitive to pick that stuff up. And then you have like the sensitivities versus like an arsenal of weapons connecting with one another. It can be like really rough for those energies to rub up against one another, because Mars is going to feel like just being themselves is going to like damage the Moon. So it can be, these can be things going on within you. This can also be something that it looks like it may be playing out with you and another person, or you in a friend group, something like that, where Mars just being itself can be hurtful to the Moon because it's like naturally like sharp and aggressive. And the Moon is going to feel it can feel too sensitive, and there can be just like a lot of pain that's connected with this. So it can be very hard for them to sort of work together with one another. Not that it's impossible, but something may have happened in a way where you felt like stuff got a little bit flipped upside down by things that were going on. This can mean like something had come to a head. Having High Priestess and having the Tower can be sort of like in the back of your mind an awareness of this or an understanding of this, but it could have felt like things got somehow like flipped upside down. Something that I'm noticing in these cards is like with the Strength card that's in the middle, it's feeling like trying to keep a brave face, but like having some little struggles here. So you may be like trying to continue like doing your thing and like keeping up the vibe in some way, but you could be feeling like something's a little bit challenging to do right now, a little bit difficult to do. I also feel like there's this awareness of sort of what's going on emotionally for you, and then also what's going on as far as how you want to take care of this situation and what you want to do. Because also too, like having Moon and Mars can be a very reactive energy of something has now affected me emotionally and now I'm going to react because of that. It can be like very much like that. Having us start off with the Chariot shows you like figuring out a strategy to work through a challenge that you're facing currently. Three of Cups can have to do with you wanting things to be good between you and another person, or you and a group of people. Like, see how things are chill over here with these people? It's like they're just hanging out, having the water here. It's like feeling there's a free flow emotionally, like that type of thing. And Strength is about like keeping that in mind, what you're trying to do here in the midst of something feeling pretty rough emotionally on you. And having Tower here can be something coming up where you're feeling triggered to take action. So your Mars energy may be like, come on, express me within this situation. But it can be something where you're really trying to like tune in and settle into like your deeper wisdom and your deeper knowing, like rather than wrecking things over here. Because I'm actually feeling like this Tower is potentially your energy if you allow it to be. You would feel, I'm seeing Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You would feel like all of this can come back to you feeling things very deeply, feeling very sensitive within this situation, and having something going on where you're like, do I need to bring out like this more militant part of myself in this situation to sort of take care of things, like that type of thing. But the way that I'm seeing this High Priestess feels like the deeper wisdom that you're tuning into here to sort of look at everything and see how it's all working and how it's all going, and recognizing the best way to move through this situation. Because like at the heart of it, you want things to feel good emotionally, like you want things to be good, you want there to be a sense of like liberation and freedom and just things flowing properly, and for things to feel like there's a sense of ease. Three of Cups is also like getting along in a genuine sense, like feeling like there's a mutual sense of understanding, those types of things. And again, like keeping this in mind, like that is the goal here. So there can be this part of me that wants to be like really reactive. Again, like I'm seeing this Tower actually be your energy, where you may want to really shake something up, but it's because of what you're experiencing emotionally. So you can feel like you have sort of like a propensity to do that in these triggering types of situations for you. But High Priestess feels like the part of you that sort of knows better. So you can feel like there's this really like calm centered part of you that's like super super wise and in tune and in touch, and then you can feel the Tower being this very destructive part of you that's like sometimes it just becomes too much, and like I've been controlling myself and now I just want to explode. So it can be like that type of thing that you're experiencing here. I'm seeing you're going to move forward with things. We're seeing Six of Swords. Six of Swords is being able to sort of like move past this, understanding it. It feels like intellectually understanding what's going on. Like now I'm understanding, it's not just intellectually, but it feels like understanding what you need to understand, like seeing the big picture enough to be able to be like, okay, that has its place and now I can move forward. But this could have been like, I'm wondering too, like if you didn't outwardly react, this could have been like an internal sort of implosion that you were experiencing, where you just felt like everything got like very, like things sort of exploded internally. That is what an implosion is. So you can feel like something, but coming from an emotional standpoint. Like this is something that the basis of this was in the heart space. And then having something really like manifest in a very chaotic and destructive type of way. But then with this Six of Swords, I feel like there's an understanding of like what's been going on. See this little character here? How they're kind of like, oh, now I'm seeing, and the swords are like your thoughts and your perspective and just being able to consciously digest things. So it feels like there's just a recognition here of like what this is for you, so you can actually like keep moving forward. This could have been a really intense experience emotionally for you. Like something really, really big emotionally. But some of you may not have acted this out. This could have just been like an internal experience that you were having. With the ego, Five of Swords, how do you want to do this? I'm looking at the Empress and I'm looking at the Hanged Man, the Star on the bottom of the deck. Empress is about the energy that you really want to be showing up in, because that's what's true to you and true to the way that you do things. And actually, when I say true to you, I mean like authentically aligned with your current values. Having Hanged Man feels like spending some time sitting within this and figuring that out, like what that's going to look like for you. It also feels like not rushing yourself through this process, but like taking your time, sort of nurturing yourself through this process and allowing yourself to come to a conclusion. At first, you may have been seeing things a very particular way. Hanged Man is feeling like, now I'm seeing more. Maybe also too, like now I'm seeing what was, you know when you're driving and like you look in the mirror but you can't see everything, the blind spot. I feel like at this point, like because of doing things in this more reflective type of way, that it's allowing you to see certain blind spots that initially you weren't seeing and then may have wanted to react because of that. But now, because of sort of like checking in and reviewing these things and giving this time to gestate, it feels like it's allowing you to see things. And I'm seeing you also like calm down a bit. Like when I say calm down, I mean feeling more grounded and feeling more like I don't need to rush and do a bunch of things and like be really reactive. I can sort of sit within this and feel this out. And that's going to tell me what way to go with this, rather than doing a bunch of things and then having to deal with the destruction of that. Sometimes destruction is necessary. This feels like it's a deconstruction and a reconstruction that's happening emotionally for you right now. Once you gain what you need to gain from this, like a sense of understanding, meaning you're sort of like done with the gestation process of this, you have understood what you need to understand, I'm seeing then you can move forward with things. Because you feel like you're in the right spot emotionally, energetically to be doing that. I want to get a clarifier. Give me a sec. Okay. So I'm seeing Eight of Cups and I'm seeing the Magician here, which feels like getting a better understanding of what's resonating with you emotionally. The Magician is like all of what's going on mentally, and then I'm seeing Magician be connected with the High Priestess, which is the Moon and Mercury coming together. So this is like, I'm now getting to a place where I'm conceptually understanding what's going on with me emotionally, because Mercury is like all of your mental energy and what's going on, how I'm understanding things, how I'm perceiving things. It's about your like conscious energy, your reception, and then what you go about doing because of that. And then the Moon is again like your emotional experience, like the emotional lens that you're having. So it's like all of what you're feeling. Having High Priestess and having the Magician here is like, now that I'm really seeing and now that I'm really getting in touch with what's going on emotionally for me, it's going to allow me to like move forward in the way that I want to move forward mentally with all of this. I'm definitely seeing like a bit of a, like a little bit of an ego battle here, which is not bad by any means. Like it's not good, it's not bad. When the ego comes up, it means that there's a focus on you with something that you perceive outside of yourself, like this sense of separation. And it can also be like a part of yourself that wants to, like this particular Five of Swords, you see how this person sort of like sets up the battle with these energies here that like they're not in tune, they're not in touch with what they're doing. And so this person of course is gonna like wipe the plate clean here. Like it's gonna be something where they'll win the battle essentially over here with this, by setting it up so their opponents can't really do anything, you know? So it's like setting up the game to win the game, like that type of thing. That's how I'm seeing this card. So there could have been this part of you that may have wanted to sort of like set things up to be able to like come out on top within this situation. But having Chariot and having Five of Swords feels like recognizing that part within yourself. So it feels like I'm getting more familiar with this part of myself. I'm understanding from a sense like better how this is working. And I understand too, having Six of Swords and Five of Swords can be like, I would potentially be going backwards if I really like allowed this to play out, maybe in the way that I was first inclined to allow it to play out. And having the Empress and having Six of Swords be connected, it feels like now I'm going to like allow myself to be released from this through a sense of understanding that I'm gaining. But yeah, you could have felt too, having Eight of Cups, Magician, Four of Cups, and Five of Swords can feel like if I just walk away from this situation, but more from like this Eight of Cups reminds me of like abandoning something, but not because it's not resonating, it's because like, oh, it's too difficult now because we have strength connecting with it. Like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to deal with this. Like, I don't know if I have like the willpower to deal with this. But it's not even dealing with this, it's dealing with the parts of yourself. So this situation, because that's what strength is about, can be bringing a really difficult part of yourself up. And there can be a part of you that's like, I kind of want to abandon this because it's like triggering this part of myself that's really difficult to work with. And now I'm just going to like go over there instead and like take myself out of this situation so I don't have to deal with that part of myself that's being like activated through this situation. But you would recognize that it was just like your ego. If you did do that, it would just be your ego setting things up in order for you to win. Because you could be feeling emotionally like you're still processing some stuff right now, feel a little bit like low energy emotionally. This could be something that would give you like a temporary like boost of energy, but it would be something that you would feel you're sort of like running away from yourself a bit. Some of you, this has to do with a relationship of yours. I'm seeing Three of Cups, so it definitely feels like something going on between like you and another person or you and other people. But it's like really bringing to the forefront an aspect of you that you can sort of like make peace with through this situation or grow to understand or grow to like reconcile within yourself that you could be feeling a bit at odds with currently. So it's about actually like mending things rather than breaking them apart further. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.